A second federal appeals court has sided with the Trump administration's efforts to detain illegal immigrants without bond. The Center Square's Melise Apel reports in a split decision released Wednesday, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit ruled that illegal immigrants arrested anywhere in the United States can be considered seeking admission. And that classification allows federal authorities to hold them without a bond hearing while deportation proceedings continue. Now, the ruling overturned a lower court's ruling and followed a similar decision last month from the Fifth Circuit, which also upheld the Department of Homeland Security's authority to deny bond hearings to immigrants arrested all across the country. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi hailed the decision on social media, calling it a massive court victory. Separately, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is defending federal agents' actions in 3 different Minnesota shootings while pushing back on claims of unprecedented non-cooperation raised in a lawsuit filed by the state. Minnesota sued the U.S. Department of Justice and DHS Tuesday, arguing the agencies have refused to turn over evidence tied to the January deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, as well as the shooting of Julio Sosa Silas. The lawsuit asks the federal court to compel the federal government to release evidence. In response, a DHS spokesperson told the Center Square that all use of force incidents involving immigration and customs enforcement are reviewed under strict agency protocol. Now, the ongoing litigation comes amid a flurry of various states and jurisdictions continuing to make moves to continue attempting to block immigration enforcement. Regarding ICE and the city of Phoenix, Arizona, the Center Square contributor Chris Woodward reports the city council members there approved a community transparency initiative that requires federal law enforcement officers to obtain permission from the city before conducting activities. New Jersey's latest resistance bid against U.S. immigration and customs enforcement crossed first-term Democratic Governor Mike Sherrill's desk on Wednesday. The Center Square regional editor Kristen Smith reports one of 3 bills tailored against ICE raids would ban agents from wearing masks and require them to show identification before detaining a person. The other 2 new regulations limit the collection and sharing of personal information and establishes the state's efforts to strengthen law enforcement relationships with immigrants. The ban applies to federal, state, and local law enforcement unless those agents are working undercover or wearing a mask to protect themselves for health reasons. In Illinois, the House Executive Committee advanced legislation that would place restrictions on where federal detention facilities can be placed, but a Republican lawmaker there said that the measure may invite litigation. The Center Square's Jim Talamonte reports Illinois House Speaker Emanuel Chris Welch has House Bill 5024 that would prevent the federal government from placing detention centers within 1,500 feet of schools, daycare centers, parks, forest preserves, homes, or places of worship. Broadview Mayor Katrina Thompson said the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in her community has placed a significant burden on taxpayers. There have been plenty of protests there outside that facility in Broadview, Illinois, and had police from across the state and Illinois State Police there to help control some of those protests. Now, the Illinois House Speaker said the bill is not retroactive and would not close the ICE center in Broadview. And that bill passed out of the Illinois committee by a vote of 8-3. The latest effort in Illinois follows a string of other migrant sanctuary policies that Democrats in the land of Lincoln have enacted, including recent ones allowing for lawsuits against law enforcement and penalties for certain facilities that don't have plans in place to deal with ICE when they arrive on the scene, like universities or child care centers. Now, today, during a cabinet meeting, President Donald Trump said Sheridan Gorman, that 18-year-old college student from New York living in Chicago and was killed allegedly by an illegal alien from Venezuela, the president said that could have been prevented.
It would be great if people like the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois would say, please come in and stop the crime. A beautiful young lady was killed. We had the troops down there. Memphis, Tennessee, I just got back. We were there. Crime is down 75%. in a short period of time with their 5 months. We could do that for Chicago. We could do that for New York. We could do that for LA. And we could do that for, frankly, San Francisco. This young lady would be around today if we were around, because we have nobody coming through our border. I mean, literally for 9 months, it's zero. It's hard to believe that that number can be possible, because millions of people came in through Biden.
It's expected the ongoing battle around immigration enforcement will continue as you've got the ongoing partial government shutdown impacting the Department of Homeland Security and the ongoing pressure at some airports leading to long lines as agencies like the TSA go without funding. We'll see how Congress handles all of this and more, but also how the litigation plays out in the judiciary all up and down the various court circuits.